Finish it. Gotcha.
Hey everyone, I'm David, and I'm gonna be here with some biker mice from Mars. If you were around in October for RGLtv, you might have seen SNES Sprint. This was the second game in the sprint. I ended up doing it, and I really like this game, so I'm gonna be showing it off for you. The category for today is normal mode, which means we're gonna do main race. The difficulty is normal. There's easy, normal, hard, and very hard. Time is going to start when I select my character. There's 6 characters: Throttle, main character, Moto, Vinny. I think any of these characters might be viable choices. I've seen Limburger and Moto and Vinny on the leaderboard, and for some reason the super hard world record is on Throttle. But the tool assisted speedrun uses Vinny, and Vinny is who I've practiced, so I'm gonna go ahead and use Vinny in 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright!
It's possible my timer might not be in sync with the game. So we go to the shop, we don't buy anything because we have no money. Race 1. Let's go. So I'm rapidly tapping B to try to get a head start on the finish line. Vinny can spin around corners like this, and oops, I accidentally did something I shouldn't have. This is a highly technical game. You've got an isometric view. Yeah. Vinny can, let's see, rotate around corners, and from lap 2 onward, you get a weapon. Vinny's is a jump that he can use to jump on people, and, well, it makes him go a little bit faster, so that's one of the reasons you're going to be using that. You can turn in midair, and that actually helps you corner a lot. The spin around corner also lets you get a lot of speed, especially if you then, whoa, Throttle, what are you doing there? I don't think I've seen that before. Anyways, Vinny does not have a very high top speed, but he has a lot of moves you can do, such as the jumping thing to gain speed, and rapidly tapping B. Look at this. Oops. This is very hard to do. You sometimes go so fast that the camera can't keep up. This is very hard to do with commentary, and I have not practiced commentary, sorry. But woohoo! Let's jump! Yeah, that's a little slow for race 1, but it's alright though. You can see that I'm lapping the computers. They can't keep up at all. So here's the thing. We have 5 rounds, and there's 5 races in each round. That race took about 2 minutes, but my estimate's 35 minutes. So what am I gonna do? I'm not really gonna do every race. Retire immediately to skip this race. You skip it. You don't do it. You get points as if you got last place, which is fine. I don't need the points. Yeah, ideally we're only gonna be doing 2 races per round, so that should be 10 races total throughout this this run. Sua's got my favorite track, but unfortunately we're not doing the Sua this time. The different races do like different tracks. Races 2 and 3 in round 1 don't have very many jumps. Vinny really likes jumps. You might have been able to tell that from race 1, but race 4 has some good jumps and is one of the shorter tracks available. So rapidly tap B to gain speed. And then, this is so much fun. Twirl around the corner, boost. I don't know if I mentioned yet one of the things that Vinny can do. You can rapidly tap B 5 times to get a little boost, kind of like that. I usually like to use this boost after going around corners. Oops. To try to get as much max speed as possible. Vinny really doesn't have very much max speed, but trying to chain all these moves together, oopsie, can get him a lot of speed if you pull it off correctly. It's not always easy to pull off because everything is highly technical. You're having to make sure you line everything up right, and sometimes you don't press the buttons right. The spin around the corner. I love doing that. The spin around the corner usually isn't too hard. You just tap left on the D-pad and then L, and usually that gets you the 90 degrees that you need. And it gets you a small boost of speed, which you then chain with 5 B presses to... I'm looking at the points here. Chain with 5 B presses to get even more speed. I was checking the point totals there, because if 4th place is below 520 points or so, then I feel safe going ahead and retiring on this 5th race, because you need to place within the top 3 in order to advance to the next round. And here we go. I'm number 3. I'm behind Limburger and Throttle. Limburger is usually one of the best performing computers. Like, he nearly always wins. Which actually makes me wonder what it's like to play as Limburger, because that's probably going to throw off the point totals a bit. So we get a password there. I'm going to have to remember that password in case I make a mess up somewhere. Anyway, so moving on to round 2. In round 1, I did a city stage, race 1. Yeah, each round is always the same. Race 1, city. Race 2, islands. Race 3, sewers. Race 4, dirt track. Race 5, outer space. I'm not doing the city this time, but this round... Well, okay, first let me buy some upgrades. Engine first, and shooting star. The engine is going to increase my max speed, which is going to help a little bit because Vinny really doesn't have very much. But the shot upgrade allows me to use the jumping move more. This is going to be the first round that I actually do an island race. In fact, island races are generally very good for Vinny, but I actually find this one to be the most difficult. A lot of this stuff is pretty awkwardly laid out. But there we go, right? Lap 2, I'm starting to get my jumps. That was not good. There we go, that's better. So yeah, you're trying to line up all these speed boosts and just kind of chain them back to back, because chaining all this stuff together kind of boosts your speed way above your normal maximum. But it's also very hard to control like this, and sometimes if you don't do the button presses right, then you end up slamming into a wall, losing all your speed, and then you're in trouble, because, again, Vinny, top speed, bad. Oops. And I forgot to do the twirl around the corner there. But yeah, super technical game, very fun. Learned it for SNES Sprint, and I can't stop playing it. No sewer this time. Most of the races that I've picked up, I basically copied off of the fastest Vinny runner outside of myself, but it seems to make sense to me. Yeah, we're doing race 4 for round 2. This is going to be fairly difficult because there's a little snaky path at the beginning here, and it's very easy to slam into the walls. But there's a speed up there, another speed up there, and then I just went around a lot of stuff. Bump there. Twirl, twirl. Oopsie. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, there's so much stuff you gotta chain together exactly right. Woo! But when you get it, so good. Oh yeah, so I didn't mention some of the stuff that you can get on subsequent laps. You kind of get items as if you were doing Mario Kart, and as you might expect, when you're in the lead, most of the time you don't get very good items. Most of the time you just get a bag of money, and that gives you a little extra cash, but it's really not that much. But once in a while, you get a nitro boost. A little slow at the end there, but yeah. When you get used to this game, normal mode is easy. Oh, well, I mean, it's easy to win. Oh, and I was eyeing the points there. Third place, 510 points. Fourth place, 500. It's pretty safe to go ahead and retire this race. I almost never have to do any race 5s. Except during round 4. Round 4 is usually when the points just don't line up for some reason or another. 7,400 money. This is probably the biggest downside to this run in a marathon setting, is that there's a fair amount of downtime. Like, it's going to be an approximately 30-minute run, and about 10 minutes of that is just skipping races or seeing these cutscenes. This is one of the city races that I do. I'm rapidly tapping B, and it's possible to do a 5B tap to chain for even more speed, but I don't like to do it in most races because I usually slam into a wall and lose it all. Oops. Oh yeah, there's vents there. Oopsie. I was not expecting the nitro there. So, yeah. Vinny's jump is both good for getting additional speed, but it's also really good for rounding corners if you have enough space to line it up. Oop. I've actually been having a really weird time with the spin drifts lately. Like, for some reason I'm not pulling them off. Get out of my way, you. Nitro for this last lap. It's a little unusual. Oops. It's alright though. We're actually coming up on one of my favorite races here, but first things first, I have over 9,000 memes, so I can buy another engine upgrade. So we've got an island race here. I'm going to be rapidly tapping B, continue to tap it around the corner here. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Go flying here. Ouch. Run into a... Ow. That's alright. And then there's a couple of huts here for some reason that I have to be aware of and then dodging. Sometimes it's faster to jump up ramps than go up them. Whoops! That's a danger. Anyways, this is one of my favorite stages because of how much Sorry, I was trying some different movement there.
Alright!
But you can gain a lot of speed on that upper level and then go flying off the ramp. I'm losing concentration here for a bit. Yeah, it is so easy to do this. Whoops. And then go flying off a ramp. Wait, that's the final lap already? There we go. That's a lot closer to what it's supposed to look like, but I didn't have nearly enough speed there. Okay, that's not the island race I was looking for, but hey. No one said this was easy. Well, easy to win, but going fast? No. We should be skipping the next 3 races now, unless something weird happens. But I do really like those island races. I also really like the sewer track, but we only listened to it like once. To be fair, Biker Mice from Mars was the Dark Souls of cartoons. Funny thing, I haven't actually ever seen the cartoon. In fact, I never heard of it before playing this game. I also never played this game before SNES Sprint. I think that gives you some idea, just how much I'm enjoying this. It's like there's no nostalgia glasses, goggles. I'm tired. 480 and 460. My camera's not on. Say hi to my wife. She's camera shy, but luckily no camera. I think she's hiding again. Yeah, I'm actually glad I'm not doing most of these race 5s. A couple of them start to get pretty tricky and start having fans blowing you off the stages. I mean, you can jump over them with Vinny. His jump's really good for that. But it's nice not to worry about that. I haven't actually practiced most of the race 5s. Thanks, enemy. Do I buy anything here? No, I don't. Alright, we're gonna be doing another race 1. This is probably one of the shortest tracks that you're ever gonna see. This is a lot shorter than most of the other tracks. But it does have its fair share of danger. So, I'm going to be taking left here for the shorter path. There's a lot of road here that's trying to slow me down, and there's signs around the corners that if you bump into them, you suddenly bump off of them, and suddenly you're going backwards. I actually don't have a lot of time to jump around the corners, so I'm mainly using them to just increase my speed. I'm actually not well practiced at doing anything more than a simple 90-degree turn. It's something that I need to practice. There we go. Whoa, almost hit the sign there. Oops. Yeah. Spin too soon, you run into a wall. Ah! I used all my jumps. One of the other computers got an earthquake thing to slow me down, and it's possible for me to keep going if I'm jumping, but I used up all my shots. Alright, so this next bit's gonna be a little bit experimental. The route that I was copying does not buy any more upgrades after this point, but I'm going ahead and spending my money now and buying 2 shot upgrades. Which means I'm going to get 2 more jumps per lap. Got another island. Uh-oh. Yeah, yeah, I just went into the water there. This is another stage that I really like. The island stages are mostly fun, except for the one in round 2. So I'm actually not going to tap to boost going around that corner there, because I want to boost off of that lamp there. Oh yeah, do a wheelie so that the water doesn't slow me down as much. There's a little shortcut here that's a little risky, but you get around it. Raise speed here, drift around here, jump. That's not quite what I should be doing. Yeah. This water will slow you down. It slows you down less if you're doing a wheelie. I don't think it slows Limburger down at all, actually. Yeah, Limburger's in a hovercraft, so he's got some very interesting considerations for how he does stuff. But speed-ups won't help Limburger. Although I don't know this from experience because I've only played as Vinny. Boom. And that's it. Yeah, this is a very awesome game. I do recommend playing it. And try all the characters. They control very differently. Yeah, I know Limburger is basically a hovercraft and he goes super fast almost by default, but he doesn't have a lot of speed-ups to rely on. I've seen a little bit of Moto, and he kind of seems to jump down straightaways or something, which is certainly interesting and changes the way that he's going to deal with stages. Probably likes straightaways a lot. Oh, I gotta watch the point totals here. Round 4 is the one that usually causes me trouble. Alright, let's take a look here and hope that I don't have to do the race 5. Moto 560, 4th place 450. I think that's good enough for a skip. You get 300 points for winning. You usually end around with 720 if you win 2 of them. But Limburger usually wins, so usually if you're more than 200 ahead of 4th place, you're usually good. Whoa, that was close! Usually! That was risky! I didn't memorize the password for round 5. Just barely. Alright, round 5. This is the final round, and actually the difficulty that you chose affects how many rounds you're going to do. Hard mode has a full 6 rounds, normal mode is 5 rounds. I'm not sure how many easy is, but I think it's 3. The super hard mode is also 6 rounds, but the super hard mode world record seems to be a lot longer than the hard mode record, which makes me suspect there's something more required there, like perhaps needing to place top instead of top 3. I don't know. So we've got an interesting island here. We actually have a 180-degree turn. Hold on. Got a big old ramp here that I can't afford to miss. I turned just a little too much there. Again, faster to jump up ramps than go up them.
Alright!
Take a little speed boost there, bounce through there. Uh-oh. Oh. So, slamming into the wall like I did there is what happens when I tap L before I tap the D-pad. It can happen.
Alright! Final lap!
Got a nitro boost there. I'm gonna save the jump because I don't think I can get up this ramp without even with it.
All right. Audio.
There we go. All right, we have one race left, and this is going to be the one and only time that I actually do a sewer. I kind of wish we did more sewers because I think the sewer has the best track in the game. Oh, so the part where I actually bought 2 more shots is still kind of experimental. I don't actually know if it's faster, but my current PD has it, but I think it's largely just better execution everywhere else. I actually lost time on the splits after I got the shots. There's a lot of twists and turns in here. There's some speed ups, spike walls, bits of sewage trying to slam me into spike walls. But we got a ramp here, jump, go around the corner, boost. Go around here, boo 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 boo. Get a lot of speed doing this. And I used up all my jumps. The downside to getting shot upgrades is that you feel compelled to use them, but I haven't actually completely routed in using them all yet. So I'm using them a lot in places where I think it'll help, but I end up slamming into walls a lot. This sewer does have a lot of speed ups and a lot of ramps, which makes it fairly ideal for Vinny, but it's also pretty difficult to execute on some of these turns, particularly this one right here. But I think this sewer is also a lot shorter than the city. There we go. This is looking a lot more like it. Nope, I didn't get the speed boost there. Was this the final lap? I think this was the final lap. Yeah, the music sped up. So that's the goal. That's the last race, but time's not yet. I gotta skip past the last 2 races. Absolutely flying through this track. Believe it or not, I think that my execution this run has actually been really bad. Time's gonna be when I retire on the 5th race. Assuming, of course, that I don't have to do it. I'm gonna eye these point totals one more time. 4th place, 490. I think that's good for a skip. Alright, and then time's gonna be when I say yes on retire. And there we go, 28-24 on my end. Which would be... That would have been a really good time for SNES sprint, but now it's about 40 seconds slower than my PB, which is actually not too bad. Well under estimate. GG. Alright! But yeah, just play this out to kind of confirm that you won. Although the game is kind of gonna do a Contra style, yeah, you haven't tasted true victory, you know, this is only normal mode. Do hard mode. And that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and set up for my next game, which has absolutely nothing to do with any of this, so stick around.